Yes,
Look like pastry. There we go. Looking good now. Shit.
Jessy knows best.
Good in the neighborhood.
Jessy knows best. Jessy weighs
There we go.
in.
That's something. Hey y'all, it's me, Jesse, and the last video I done took off like a rocket ship. And Boogie called me up and he said, "Oh boy, I reckon we ought to make another one." I reckon he's right, so I come on up here so I can talk to you all about political correctness and this PC culture we're living with now. Now, I'm an old man, and the world I grew up in is very different from the world y'all live in now. When I was a boy, you could say whatever the hell you wanted. It didn't matter what you said. You could call it how you see it. You could spread your opinion, and no one really much gave you shit. The worst they thought was you was an asshole, but they didn't try to shut you down none. Now, while you could say whatever the hell you wanted, though, you couldn't do what you wanted. I mean, if you was a boy what liked to kiss other boys, that'd get the shit beat out of you. If you like to dress up in girls' clothing from time to time, you couldn't tell nobody that. And I ain't never seen nothing wrong with that neither, because when I was in high school, I tried on my girlfriend's bra, and it felt so damn right, mostly because I needed the support. And hell, back in, I mean, white people seem to rule everything, every damn thing. And if you had a different colored skin, it was hard for you to get a job. It was hard for you to move into a town. They'd run you right out of town on a rail. They didn't give a shit. And you youngins have made some changes that I love a lot. If one of y'all's is a boy and you want to put on some makeup or whatever, or you want to put on some girls' clothing or whatever, because that makes you feel more like yourself, well, that's good. That more power to you. And if you're born a girl, you don't have to settle just to be a housewife or nothing like that. You can go out in the world and get a career. You can be CEO of a company. You can raise a family. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. Hell, I wish my ex-wife would get a job so I could stop paying that bitch alimony. I mean, we got a black president, a black man in the White House. Hallelujah, that's something. Being gay ain't even a big deal to you youngins, and I love that. Hell, it ain't even a big deal to me. My son came out to me, and I said, "Son, I don't give a shit what you do with your cock and balls. Ask your mama what's for dinner." You kids, you can be whatever you want to be, and no one's ever going to say nothing to you, and that's the problem. You can be what you want to be, but you can't say what you want to say. I mean, obviously, you can't say the N-word. You never should have been able to say that one to begin with, but you can't say the F word. You can't say the C word. You can't say the D word, the R word. Hell, the A, B, C, elemental P word. You can't say nothing. You can't say shit. Actually, you can say shit. You can say the word shit on television now, and you don't even get in any trouble. You can say it all you want. Shit. But I digress. You know, it ain't about the words. It ain't about the individual words. I can come up with other words to express myself. I own a fucking thesaurus. It's you youngins that's afraid of ideas that scare me. It's those of you who are trying to thought police people and keep them from thinking things you don't like. That fucking scares me. And I personally think if you's gay, it don't matter. It don't matter if you're black or white or any other color. It don't matter if you're a Jew or a Muslim or a Christian boy. It don't matter if you put on makeup or a boyish shirt. It don't matter. It don't matter. You are who you are. You do what you do. That's fine by me. But not every American feels that way. Not every American's got his head on right. And if you do disagree with that stuff, I think it makes you dumb as a bag of shit. But that don't keep me from wanting you to be allowed to express yourself. For example, you millennials and your haircuts, my God. I mean, you're spiking it up, you're chopping it off, and you're hanging it down in your face, and you're dyeing it every color, pink, blue, purple, yellow, green, white. It's like Lucky Charms up here. You look like you fell in the reject vat at Kool-Aid. And just cause I said that, I know there's some pink-haired girl, some green-haired boy right now wearing his big horn-rimmed glasses, typing in the chat, "You son of a bitch, you fat fucking bigot, go fuck yourself," and he's flagging my video trying to get it taken down. Now stop that stupid shit. So I tell you, youngins, there's a better way to handle it, and you ought to try handling it the way we did when we was young and we was hanging out at the soda shop or the arcade, and some kid come in there is talking about, "I don't like the blacks and I don't like the gays." You do what we did. Ignore the asshole. All I would do is I'd take a look at his face, I'd remember his name, And then I'd ignore that son of a bitch and never give him a second thought. I'd just go right back to playing Pac-Man. I was fucking good at Pac-Man. Now, I suppose some of you youngins, you'd have got up in his face and start yelling at him and telling him how wrong he was and trying to convince him otherwise, but it's a waste of your time. An asshole's gonna stay an asshole no matter what you do. And I reckon you could go to the manager of the arcade, right, and tell him, that guy over there is a bigoted piece of shit and I want him thrown out of here. But the owner probably ain't going to do it, and you're missing out on some real prime Pac-Man time. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that no matter how hard you try to educate, and no matter how hard you try to influence people, no matter how hard you try to educate them, there's always going to be assholes, and you're better off ignoring them assholes and focusing on you and the people that love you. In fact, the harder you push, the harder them assholes is going to fight back. And some of them assholes who are happy in their little corner are going to start pushing back at you because they don't like what you're saying because they're assholes. And you give these assholes too much power because when you push like that, you get this counter culture, this counter PC culture, these people who put on the mask of bigotry and hatred and they just pretend to make fun just to make you miserable because they know they can make you miserable the way they's miserable. The more attention you pay to them, youngins, the more power they have. And they're only going to use that power in your life to make you miserable. Now, to be fair, some of these kids, they say they're pushing back because they want to enjoy their freedom of expression. And they don't want to lose it the same way some of you youngins was afraid to be who you wanted to be. Now they're afraid to say what they want to say, and they want to protect that. I can't say that I blame them kids. But then again, on the other side of that coin, you do have a lot of people who are using racial humor and homophobic humor and epitaphs of that there sort, and they're claiming they're doing it because Donald Trump told me to express myself so I don't lose my freedom of expression. Like my friend Jerry, my drinking buddy Jerry, who keeps telling me racist jokes I don't want to fucking hear, Jerry. And let me tell you something. Jerry, you ain't doing it for freedom of expression. I've known you since high school. You always been a fucking racist.
Yep. It's time. Yahoo!
Boogie!
Come on.
Boogie!
Just a ways in.
You go on the beer run!
Just a ways in.
Go on the fucking beer run!
Just
I
an
can't
old
do this up here.
best. Just an old best.
God damn it.
Just a ways